Hey guys, I'm driving to work and I just wanted to give you a quick one. Let's talk about purpose. I know I mentioned on my last video purpose, and a lot of this channel is based on the idea of purpose. So I just want to talk about it with you guys for a little bit as I drive to work. Everything you see was made for a purpose. Everything you come in contact with was designed for some reason. The road I'm driving on was designed to aid in transport of goods and people and things, whatever. The truck I'm driving in was designed to tow equipment or transport goods and me to work. Everything you see was designed for a purpose. If you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse of the thing is inevitable. If you don't know that a hammer is designed to drive a nail, and you go and try to hit in a screw or something with the hammer, it's not designed for that, you're gonna fail. You might succeed in some regard, but the hammer will not work efficiently to drive a screw. A hammer is designed to drive a nail. That was the intent in the mind of the one who designed the hammer. So, in this train of thought, it follows that you and I were also designed for a purpose. Depending on what you believe, who you talk to, we're not here by accident. We were actually created by some kind of intelligent mind, whatever you want to call that. And in this channel, I'm not trying to nail down any particular theology, but because no matter what you believe, the things I'm talking about, you could say are true. So I'm trying to gather as many people as possible here together so we can talk about basic common sense things that allow us to journey deeper into the aspects of life, or to examine deeper aspects of life that most people don't talk about. So, simple idea here. Everything was designed for purpose. Everything you see, the hammer, the road, the truck, the road sign, those are all designed for purpose. So, it follows that you and I were also designed for purpose. The question is, what purpose were you designed for? Why are you here? Why are you taking in breath? Why do you wake up every day? Why are we still here on earth? Why do we continually wake up in this reality, in this thing we call life, in our bodies, with our same families? Why do we continually come back here? Well, I've wondered the same question for years now. I've always wanted to know why I'm here. I was never satisfied with what people told me in school, in church, on the street, at my work. I just wasn't satisfied with the general narrative. And so I started to ponder these things on my own, because I realized no one can truly give me the answer. I have to experience the answers myself. I have to first ask, then I must seek, and then I must knock. I have to ask for the answer, I have to seek the answer, and then I have to knock on the metaphorical door for the door to be open and me to walk through and truly experience the answer. So just think about that, guys. What purpose were you designed for? People ask what the purpose of life is. To me, in my current reality, in my current consciousness, with my current experiences and all the things I've seen and experienced in life, the purpose of life is to live life on purpose. The purpose of life is to figure out why you're here. Who designed you, what you were designed for, what your God-given talents are, what your God-given design is, and then your job is to live that. Your job is not to do what you want to do. That's the ego. That's the so-called devil. So if you live your life and just go by the status quo, the word lived is really the word devil backwards. So the devil's not this bad guy with horns. The devil, to me, is just someone living without their design, living with their own ego, living by their own will, not by the design the Creator instilled in them. So for me, the biggest part of 2020 is getting out of identifying with worldly titles and jobs or whatever, man-made things, and step one, starting to identify with God-given design. That's step one. The only way to change something is to be aware of it. So step one is becoming aware that, yeah, you've identified with something other than your design. And what did you do when you identified with something other than your design? You sold yourself short, and you sold your birthright for a bowl of soup. Your birthright, among other things, is abundance, not scarcity. So when you're going to a job like I'm doing right now to make a little bit of a wage, to barely pay the bills, because job stands for just over broke. If you're in a just over broke job, you, like me, sold your birthright for a bowl of soup, and you believed the lie that people told you. You believed in the lie. It's a lie. Everyone around me has great potential. Everyone around me should be, living off the chain, going crazy, going balls to the wall. And why aren't we? Why are we not? Because we all fell for the lie. Myself included. I'm not talking about anyone here but myself. On these videos, all I talk about is my own experience. And that's why these messages are so powerful if you listen to what I'm saying, because everything I talked about, I'm living. And these lessons come at a price, guys. I'm going to a job once again because I refused at some point to not live in my God-given design. But anyway, it comes down to step one. Step one is realize that you're not living in your design. Be aware of it. That's where I'm at. I'm totally aware that I'm not living in my purpose. I've admitted it to you guys. I've admitted it to myself. That's step one. Step two is start making the change. For me, that's going to be making the change to be financially free so that I can free up my time, so that I no longer go to a job anymore. I'm going to employ other people, and I'm going to employ my own self rather than be employed by someone else. I'm going to deploy myself because I'm sick of being employed by someone else. So it's time to start taking proactive action. I am here for a purpose, and so are you. The question is, what is that purpose? It's up to you to figure out what that purpose is and live it. Anyway, thanks guys. Let's start off the day on the right foot. Let's get after this. Figure out what your purpose is and then live it. It's very simple.